going live at 12 sharp. Not kidding. To your mat. Go ahead and lie on your back. Find your most comfortable Shavasana. You can have straight legs. You can have bent knees. Let the knees fall together. Feet together. Let the knees fall out for your hips. Just take a few breaths here. Shavasana of choice. Go ahead and bring your hands to your belly if you like. Maybe a hand to your heart belly. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Unless obviously you have a deviated septum or some other reason you can't breathe through your nose. Good. Take another inhale and exhale here. Big deep breath in and out. Good. And then go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze here. Make your spine nice and long on the mat. So you're getting as long as you can from the crown of your head to your tailbone. And then you're going to keep your right knee. You're going to let your left leg go long. Flex the left foot. Hug the right knee towards your center line, towards your sternum. And then go ahead and pull that knee wide to the right. And then go ahead and grab the sole of the right foot with both hands. You can bend your knee too. I want you to push into your hands while your hands pull down on the foot. So getting nice and active here. And then go ahead and pull the right knee wide, right knee towards the right side of the mat. Keep flexing the left foot, keeping the left side of the body grounded on the mat. And then come back to center. You're going to straighten your right leg. You can interlace your fingers behind your hamstring, your calf. You can grab your toes if you have that kind of flexibility. And you're just going to start to gently guide that knee towards you. And then you're going to curl your forehead up off the mat. Tucking in. Yeah. And then come down. Go ahead and bend the knee. You're going to grab the outside of the right knee with the left hand and come in for a gentle twist. Reach the right arm out to your side. Gaze over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Hug both knees. And then keep the left knee. Right leg goes long. Right foot flexed. Bring that left knee towards your sternum, towards your center line. Then go ahead and bring it out. You're going to grab the sole of the left foot now with both hands. Option to bend the knee if you need to. Keep pressing the left foot into your hands. Pull their shoulders back in the socket. Activating the leg a bit here. And then go ahead and draw that left knee towards the left side of the body. And then release. Go ahead and push that leg straight. You can interlace your hand the hamstrings, the calf. You can grab the toes if that's there for you. And go ahead and curl your forehead up towards your left knee. Keep pressing your belly button against the spine. And then come all the way back down. Bend the left knee, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Extend the left arm out to your side. Pull the left knee over to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. And it's okay if your shoulder comes up off the mat, as long as that's not causing you discomfort. If it causes you discomfort, back off the twist a little bit. Good. And come back to center. Hug both knees to your chest. Option to roll back and forth on your spine, eventually coming up to tabletop position. If you hate rolling back and forth on your spine, just meet me here. Tabletop position. Shoulders over elbows over wrists. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the seat bones, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly button towards the spine, chin towards the chest, push the mat away. Good, again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, push the mat away. Then come back to neutral. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Now you're going to go ahead and extend your right arm forward and your left leg back. Take a big breath in, inhale. Exhale, tuck the knee and the elbow. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right arm comes out to the right, left leg comes out to the left. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tuck knee and elbow. Inhale, forward. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, forward. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, forward. Right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Find your balance once more. And then you're going to extend that right leg behind you, left arm in front. Big breath in. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Notice how I turn my toes. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Inhale, reach. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down. I'm turning back here. You're going to inhale your right arm up to the side, twist. Exhale, spread your right underneath your left. Bring your right shoulder, right temple, right ear down to the mat. You can keep your left hand here to support you, or you can bring that left hand up, flip it over, back of the left hand on the right hip. Good. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Bring it down to the mat. As you press yourself up, bring that right arm all the way back up for a twist. Right hand down. Opposite side. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. Left shoulder, left temple, left ear. Try not to eat your hair like I am right now. Option to bring that right hand to rest on the left hip. Your choice. Good. Right hand comes down to the mat. Press yourself all the way back up, reaching for the sky. Left hand comes down to meet the right. From here, you're going to go ahead and walk your hands forward, and you're going to keep your hips above your knees, and you're going to let your chest come down to the mat, and either bring your forehead or your chin, and try to wrap your scapula, wrap your shoulder blades in towards each other to help exaggerate the back bend. So it's like you're pushing your heart towards the mat. Relax, come back up. Your hands are going to be slightly forward of your shoulders. Curl the toes under. Press back to down dog. If you want to twist side to side, if you want to bend both knees, just take a minute to get into it here. You can shrug the shoulders, roll them around. And if everything is feeling like it's in your hands, just walk your feet in a little bit closer. But the sensation is of your inner thighs rolling together and pushing back. And then you're pressing your chest towards your knees. Press all your knuckles flat into the mat, and don't worry about your heels touching the mat. Mine red. Walk your hands towards the back of the mat, and just hang here for a moment. If you like to sway back side to side, go ahead and do that. And then you're going to stop. You're going to grab your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Good. You can bend your knees if you need to. It's totally okay to bend your knees. You're going to take a big breath in, exhale, bow, let the crown of the head move towards your toes while you lift your seat bones. Good. Good, and then release, come out of it. Walk your hands back forward to down dog. Good, bring your knees down to the mat. We're gonna dive our chin and chest down to the mat. So you're gonna keep your elbows narrow, so we're not really wide like this. If you need to accommodate for where you are, if you have shoulder issues, elbow issues, please do what's right for your body. But the goal is for us to try to keep nice and narrow here, and we're going to bring our chin and chest down to the mat. So from this side, it looks like this. Good. And then you're going to slide all the way forward onto your belly. Hands are underneath your shoulders, tops of the feet are on the mat. Roll the shoulders back, forehead's on the mat. Press into your palms. As you inhale, lift your forehead and chest up off the mat. Good. And so go ahead and keep those elbows bent. Exhale down. Bring your hands nice and wide in a T shape, and you're on your fingertips like you're going to grab your glass of wine from the top. I'm not an alcoholic, I swear. Bring your forehead to the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Press into the hands. Lift up. So now we have this modified cobra. Now you have the option of turning your gaze over your right shoulder. Hello. Bring it back to center. Option to turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Nobody see over here. Come back to center. Come all the way down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Press up into cobra like we did the first time. Now lift the hands. Keep rolling the shoulders back. Keep pulling the elbows back. Good. And then relax all the way down. You're going to come up to push up on your knees. Curl the toes under. Press the hips up and back into down dog. Take a big breath in. And then walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Forward folding bend. Good. Put a slight bend in your knees. You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Good, so I'm gonna turn this way. You can stay where you are. All right, big toes are together, heels apart or together. We're gonna inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Pull the shoulder blades into the socket here. Good, so feel the shoulder blades slide down your back. And then as you go ahead and exhale, you can swan dive or pray all the way down. And you can bend your knees. If your fingertips don't come to the mat, you can bend your knees to do that, or you can bring your hands to your shin. I'm gonna take a big breath in, look forward, flat back, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, step the right foot back, bring the right knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot back. Left knee comes down. Inhale, sweep all the way up and through. Good, so draw in that lower belly. You'll feel a bigger stretch through the front of the hip when you do that. Good, hands come down. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, look forward, flat back, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, pull the belly button in as you bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, up, up. Hands meet at the top. You can't see, but my hands are meeting at the top. Exhale, swan dive or pray all the way back down. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step both feet back to a plank. So now you have an option. You can stay here in plank, or you can come down to your knees. Now we're going to do a half push-up. And so if you're more comfortable with your knees on the mat, or if you're just burned out, go ahead and bring your knees to the mat. I'm burned out. I'm going to bring my knees to the mat. So again, remember how we kept those elbows close to the ribs? We're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to bend our elbows, come down 90 degrees only. Good. And then you're going to come to the tops of your feet, press into the feet, push all the way up into up dog. Good. So see how my knees are off the mat? That's the goal. So we're not flopping into it. We're strong through the shoulders and the arms. And you probably want me to shut up and move on. So we'll go ahead and pull our seat bones, our butt back up in the air. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, step the feet forward. Good. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. Hands will meet. And as we exhale, we're going to close through heart center. Good. Bring your toes together. You're going to squeeze your knees together. Bend your knees. Sit back into chair pose. Good. And so we're not looking to have the seat down. It's so low where you fall forward onto your chest. You're sitting back enough where you can feel the engagement through the glutes, through the thighs, but you're still able to lift your chest. Arms are up and overhead. And then go ahead and take your toe off the mat. So all the weight is in your heels. Good. Shoulders down the back, nice and soft. Exhale, we're going to straighten the legs and bow forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, I'm going to give you choices. You can step back to plank and do high plank or plank on knees. Do a vinyasa, which is the chaturanga, up dog that we did, or back to down dog. Or from here, you can just step straight back to down dog. All right, so we're all going to meet here. I'll give you a second. Just waving my butt in the sky. Step your right foot forward, spin your left foot flat. So that those back toes are pointing slightly towards the front of the mat. We're going to keep our right knee bent. We're going to inhale all the way up, warrior one. So when you're here, I want you to think about pressing all four corners of your back foot evenly into the mat so you're not rolling up on the inner edge. And if you need to walk your feet in a little bit closer, do that. Press the hip forward, pull the right hip back, and then sink into it. And if you sink in so low that you kind of lose the posture and you dump into your lower back, back off a little bit. Just means you're going further than where your body really is in the moment. Good. You want me to move on? I'm sure you do. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come down. So option to step straight back to down dog, or you can do that vinyasa. So it's your choice. Good. Step that left foot forward, right foot spins flat. I'm going to turn around so you can see, or I can see you. Good. Coming all the way up. So again, we're pushing that right foot forward. We're pulling the left hip back, squaring off our shoulders and hips with the front edge of the mat. Arms up and overhead. Sink in. Face is soft. You're remembering to breathe. Oxygen's good. Good, good, good. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, bring the hands down. Either step straight back to down dog or do your vinyasa. Good. Where are we? Excellent. From here, you're going to step your right foot forward. I'm going to do my left, but you step your right foot forward. Walk your hands over to the side of the mat. And you have parallel feet here. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. So now we're facing the long edge of the mat. And we're going to turn our heels in, toes out. And we're going to bring our hands to the tops of our thighs and sink down into a squat here. And so most of the time I'm going to get your shoulders out of your ears. You can go ahead and let your shoulders come to your ears if you want. But sit tall, sink into it. And then you're going to take this right shoulder and you're going to pivot that forward and turn your gaze over your left shoulder and keep pressing your right palm into your right thigh to get a little bit extra stretch. Now don't be aggressive. Don't be mean to yourself. That's not the point of this. Being aggressive is just going to clap back on you. Good, come back to center and then drop the left shoulder in, rotate your gaze over the right. So when you start to force your body into a posture that it's not ready for, you're going to activate your fight or flight response and your body's going to lock up and you won't be able to access it. So if you kind of go in a little bit, 60 to 80%, it gives your body a chance to know, come back to center, that it's safe and it's cool, and then maybe it'll let you go deeper. Arms up and overhead. It's going to get fun. We're going to reach out and forward like a tabletop, trying to keep our back nice and flat. Reaching. Ah. You can bring your hands to your hips if the arms are too much. I'm always too much, so my arms are forward. Most of you can probably agree. Good, now we're going to start to come all the way back up. Straighten the legs, turn the feet parallel, hands to the hips. So now your feet are parallel, or you can bring your toes in a little bit to come pigeon-toed. Hands are on the hips. I want you to get nice and tall here. Pull your belly in, shoulders down the back. Look up as you take a big breath in, and exhale, lead out with your forehead and chin. And be grateful that you didn't just smack your head into the chandelier. And then bring your hands down to the mat. And so we have this opportunity. Your hands are landing directly beneath your shoulders. If your hands aren't coming to the mat, you have choices. You can bring your feet wider, or you can have a block or a blanket or a big pillow to put your hands on. If your hands do come to the mat and you want to come wider or you want to come narrower, take that moment to do it. So then once we've found where our stance is, I want you to be aware of your hips not coming back behind the ankles, but kind of walking your hands forward so your hips are directly in line with the ankles, and then fold forward. Good. And so you'll feel it activate more there. You're allowed to cuss me out, it's totally cool. Then inhale, look forward. We're staying in this wide-legged forward bend. You're going to bring your right hand directly underneath your sternum, so straight under the middle. Bring your left hand to your tailbone, and then turn your gaze up. Now that left hand is there to make sure your hips are level. If your left hip is popping up, just back out of the twist a little bit, okay? Option to let that left arm come up, not necessary. And don't crank with your right shoulder. Keep that right shoulder in. And then bring the hand down. The left hand's going to replace the right. Right hand comes to the tailbone. Roll the shoulder. Option to bring that right arm up. And remember what you're doing with that shoulder. The left shoulder this time. Good. Go ahead and bring the hands back down to the mat. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. You're going to step to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, pray down, swan dive down, however you want to get here. Forward folding bend. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step straight back to either down dog or you have that choice of vinyasa. All right, step that right foot forward again. Turn the left back foot flat, and this time I want a 90-degree angle with your right heel lining up with your left ankle. Go ahead and keep the knee bent. We're going to cartwheel all the way up, warrior two. So we're lining up our hips and our shoulders with the long edge of the mat, reaching our arms out nice and long, shoulders down the back. No noodle arms, no straight leg, not yet. I want you to sink into warrior two. Can you see your right toe on the inside of your right knee? Roll that knee out. Gotcha. Now we get to straighten the leg. So straighten the right leg, pull your right hip back, reach your right arm forward, long, long, long. Hand either comes to the shin, down to the mat. You can grab your big toes. I'm going to do shin today. Reach your left arm up, triangle pose. Keep pulling your right hip back so you're not crunching up on your right side, you're creating length there. And if it doesn't come to you right away, it will. It just kind of takes time and practice, and it takes a while for neural pathways to develop. So just be kind to yourself and try, and keep trying. Good. Hands, you can bend the right knee, hands come down to the mat, either step back to down dog, or you can do the vinyasa. Everybody meets in down dog. And switching sides, because we're going to do it again over here. Step the left foot forward, right foot spins flat, left ankle lines up with the right arch, left knee stays bent, cartwheel up. Good, so now line up your shoulders and hips with the long edge again. You're sinking into the lunge, extend the arms out nice and strong, shoulders down the back, turn your gaze forward, and then see if you can see that left big toe on the inside of the left knee. If you have tight knit hips, your knee might want to roll in. Mine does, which is why I cue it. Good. And then straighten the left leg, pull the left hip back, reach forward long, long, long. Left hand comes to the shin, the mat, you can grab your big toe, right arm reaches for the sky. So remember, we want to create that length on the left side as much as we are on the right side. Keep the forehead in line with the chin so you're not dropping your head. Gaze can be down, forward, or up at the ceiling. Your choice. Good. Bend that left knee, hands come down to the mat. Step back, down dog, or vinyasa. Good. And then we're going to bend our knees, bring our knees down to the mat, cross our ankles, go ahead and sit back on the mat. Like seriously, it's like that fast, yo. Go ahead. I'm turning towards you. You can turn towards me if you want, and you can turn to the side. But we're going to extend our feet long. Our legs are together. Press the legs into the mat. Sit tall. Inhale up. Exhale out and over, 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 over. Hands can go to your toes, your ankle, your shin. But what I want to see is more reaching long with a straight back, or even with bent knees long and a straight back. I don't want to see this. I mean, that's cool and all, but you're not stretching your hamstrings. You're stretching a whole lot of other stuff. If you want to stretch your hamstrings, this is how we're going to go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. I'm going to turn towards you again. Bring your legs wide. I'm going to be nice though. Bend your right knee. Go ahead and just bend that knee into you. And you're going to press your left leg into the mat. Turn towards your left leg. And then just walk your hands out and over. And you're going to feel, in my case, I'm feeling a big stretch through my right hip, my quadratus lumborum, my piriformis. Feel it in my left hamstring. Now, option 2, grab your left toes, your left foot, outside left foot, your ankle. We're going to sweep our right arm up and overhead. Oh. The last couple days have left me feeling quite tight. I don't know about you. Inhale back up. Good. Hands come down. Straighten that right leg. Opposite side. We are bilateral. We are. Go ahead and turn towards your right leg. Walk your hands out. You can reach toes, ankle, shin, wherever you're grabbing. Now if you've noticed one side, maybe one side's easier than the other, we all have dominant sides. So we do yoga to help create more balance within our body. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's ever perfectly achieved. We're always working towards it because we all works in progress. All right, right hand either grabs the big toe or the ankle, or you can let it rest. We're going to sweep that left arm over, fold into it. Oh, so close. You're going to peel yourself back up. That hand comes down. Go ahead and straighten leg if you want. Give it a shake. We're going to go ahead and bend our knees and make sure that your head will land on the mat when you come all the way down. Hook your hands underneath your knees and just roll down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Good. You're going to bring your feet as wide as the mat. So the outer edges of your feet are lining up with the outer edges of the mat. Both knees are going to fall over to the left. Now your hands can be on your belly. You can do cactus arms. You can straighten your arms out. You can turn your gaze over your right shoulder. If you want more of a twist, your left foot can come right on top of that right knee and let you get a little bit deeper. And right now this one feels money. Money, money, money. Turn your gaze up to her. Unhook that left foot if you've hooked it. Bring your knees back up to center. Now if you need to realign your spine, just take that moment. Both knees fall over to the right now. Good. And so whatever arm variation you did on the first side, just repeat here. And if you want to go ahead and hook that right foot on top of that left knee, you're welcome to. Just kind of come back to your breath. Unhook, come back to center. One more thing here. We're going to walk our feet parallel. Feet are lining up with our hips, and we're bringing our heels as close to our glutes as is comfortable. Arms at your sides, palms facing down, and just go ahead and press your hips up. And so you're going to feel the pressure on the back of the neck and on the back of the shoulders. I'm going to ask that you don't turn your head to look at me when you're doing this, just because I'm asking you to put weight on your neck. I'm an idiot teacher, so I'm allowed to. And then arms up and overhead, let them fall behind you. Roll down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Quick windshield wiper with the knees. La, la, la. And then stop in the middle, hug your knees to your chest. Big squeeze. If you want, you can clench your fists. You can curl up into a tight little ball. Get any last little squeeze of energy out that you've got, at least in this moment. And then exhale, release, let it go. Arms at your sides, fall all the way back. Let your breathing come back to normal. Let the space between your eyes relax. Maybe bring your shoulders under you a little bit more. As you exhale, just drop a little bit heavier onto the mat. I promise I won't let you fall asleep here. I will wake you up. Seconds here. Yeah, this is the best part. You can stay here all day. And start to come back into your breath. Start to come back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can reach your arms up and overhead. That big stretch. Then roll onto your side, bend your knees, whatever side you prefer, left or right. Rest your head on your arm like a pillow. Enjoy one more quiet moment before we go back to reality. And then press into your palm, bring yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, eyes closed, hands on your knees. Just take a few more breaths of quiet, of calm. And go ahead and bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Bow your head, acknowledging the heart's wisdom. Thank you all very much for taking 30 minutes away from your busy and chaotic days. You are all doing a great job. Hang in there. It is temporary. The love and light in me always honors and recognizes the love and light in you. Namaste. Stay healthy. Go forth and be awesome.